Did it scare you? Did it scare you even a little bit? Did you not like the jump scare? Now you know what it's like to play Callisto Protocol. Ladies and gamers, how are we doing today? This is one of the last ones of videos I'll do on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, so enjoy it while you can. So this one's specifically about the story. There has been a lot shown about the story versus the gameplay. Gameplay is a lot of speculative stuff, but now we can actually talk about the real meat of the stuff that we've been given over the course of these trailers. So let's talk about the very basic setup of the game that we all know and love. The Suicide Squad are obviously some of the worst criminals of the worst. King Shark, Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and Deadshot are all been notorious criminals that have been not good people. So they are forced by Amanda Waller to go into Metropolis, where Brainiac is trying to take over the world, basically, by trying to mind control all the heroes, and it's up to the Suicide Squad to beat them. That's the main summary. Now, we get into the nitty-gritty stuff is the thing that that is a bit hard to connect. The thing about the gameplay is that we don't know what we're talking about. We don't even know most of the core gameplay mechanics. We just know that we shoot stuff. But we don't know like the theme that ties it all together, or the customization, or the abilities, or any of that. We do know several things about the game that has been shown to us. We know that because of the Shadows trailer that they ended up taking out Flash in one of his boss fights, and we know that later on in the Ticking trailer that his thumb has grown back, as seen with the little Brainiac thumb looking thing, which means that once we take care of him, we're probably going to have to fight him again. I mean, that's the idea. Probably we're going to have to fight these bosses multiple times. I doubt we'll just do a one and done thing. According to some of these boss fights, they may even win. For Batman, for instance, we know that he shows up in the Shadows trailer, but we see also in Ticking that he points a gun at Harley Quinn, which means that he did win the fight, which means what's probably going to happen is a whole Devil May Cry rival situation, where the first time we're going to fight him and he will end up with us losing. The second time we fight him is that it'll be like a draw, and the third time we'll fight him, we'll finally beat them. This may not apply to all of them, but I think something similar like this is going to happen. I think that multiple of these bosses will repeat over time, since this is so core heavy on the bosses. No, of course, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. We have some things that we can kind of tie together. We know that Wonder Woman is not infected, and in fact she will be working with us most of the time. So we know that we have to go into LexCorp at some point in time, which means we'll have to take out one of his employees. One of the plant creatures will return, which is probably either Poison Ivy or Swamp Thing. My money's on Swamp Thing, but whatever. We know that Wonder Woman and Superman are going to be fighting each other, and we know that the Penguin is probably a part of Task Force X, but gets killed off right away, or stopped right away. Either way, poor Penguin. Guy never gets a break. And of course, just as in later in the trailer of Ticking, we know that Gizmo is going to be helping us out. He'll probably give us upgrades and certain other things to do in terms of the shop, but that's more speculative than getting into the gameplay. But yeah, they're probably going to be buffed up a lot. Because the thing is that when we take on the Justice League, having Captain Boomerang only being able to throw boomerangs is not going to work. So they're going to give us multiple other options. I assume something interesting. As we can see on Captain Boomerang's arm, he has a little nuclear sign, which means he's kind of going to use nuclear power of some sorts, or going to be using some overpowered abilities. So all these characters will be buffed up. This also goes for Harley Quinn. Apparently, she's going to use a lot of bat tech. I don't know why this is the case. Maybe because Batman had a protocol where he'd turn evil, that all of his gadgets would be thrown over to Harley Quinn. Maybe. And then Deadshot gets a jetpack at one point. Don't know who that's from. That's probably from Gizmo. And King Shark gets a huge gun, and he doesn't get any superpowers considering he's already a shark thing. So yeah, usually I drag this out a bit more, but there's not much to talk about. The story has very little seen. My overall problem with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League marketing is that I still don't know what the game is. I still know very little information about the game, but we do get to fight the bosses, and I do think it's rather interesting, and I thought the Shadows trailer was a good glimpse at what the game is actually going to be like, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, that's me signing off. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, goodbye.